Once upon a time, back when it was still cool to be an American and our president was brown instead of orange, there was this guy. And for the sake of this video, we're going to call him Mr. Money, Money, Money. And one day, Mr. Money, Money, Money came up to me and he was like, "Hey, Ben, do you know how to install a security system?" And I was like, "Nope." And he was like, "Perfect. Do you have any other friends who also don't know how to install a security system?" And I was like, "All of them." And he was like, "Awesome. Okay, so do you and one of these friends want to uproot your entire lives and move to Chicago tomorrow to install security systems? Is this legal? I don't know." I was like, "Don't we need to know how?" And he was like, "It's a security system. How hard can it be?" And I was like, "Good point." So I call my friend Bonacci and I'm like, "Hey, Bonacci, do you want to..." Yeah. So 24 hours later, we're flying to Chicago. This other guy came to pick us up. And for the purpose of this video, this guy's gonna be called Scarface. Scarface picks us up like, "Whoa! Are you guys ready to go install some security systems?" And we were like, "What?" And he was like, "Awesome, great, that's absolutely perfect, get ready, because it's midnight and we have a 4-hour drive ahead of us." And we were like, "We're not going to bed?" And he was like, "Whoa!" Fast forward 6 hours, we're still on our 4-hour drive to St. Louis because this guy needs to take a bathroom break every 20 minutes. Every time he comes out of the bathroom, he's more excited than Prince Andrew at a children's birthday party. So this guy is so excited to get to St. Louis that he starts speeding in the oncoming lane of the highway. And 60 seconds in, I see red, white, and blue lights. And I'm thinking, okay, this guy's gonna go to jail. We're in a place we've never been to before. This isn't my car. I don't even know where I am. It's the middle of the night. I've been traveling all day. I haven't gotten any sleep. I thought I was going to be in Chicago, but I'm not even in Chicago. I came here on like an impulse decision. Both of us did. This cop comes up to us. He comes up to the car and he's like, "Yo, this guy's been eating powdered donuts or something. The license plate is expired and he's speeding on the opposite side of the highway." So the cop, he looks at me and Bonacci and he looks at the guy in the front seat. And I think we're just like sitting there cowering in the back, terrified that we're going to like go to prison or something because of this idiot. He looks at us and we give him a look that says, "Please arrest this man." Like, we're terrified for our lives. I don't know if we're gonna make it out through the night alive. So the cop looks at me. He looks at Bonacci. He looks at the guy with the powdered sugar all over his nose. And he gives us a look that says, "Don't you guys worry. You guys are safe with me. I'm gonna let you guys off with the warning. You have a good night." And then he gets in his car and he just drives out of there. And the one time that I want an officer to arrest someone, like the one time that I needed it, you know? Now, fast forward a couple hours, we're in St. Louis. Not the touristy part with like the flashy arches and baseball stadiums and pretty hotels and that sort of stuff. No, we're in the part of St. Louis that needs security systems. So Scarface pulls up to this house with like broken windows and a boarded front door and those no trespassing signs and a lawn that hasn't been watered in a year. And so he's like, "Hold up, you guys. I'm going to run to this house real quick, and then I'm going to take these keys with me, and I'm going to lock you guys in this really dark, sketchy neighborhood in the middle of the night that you've never been to without your phones when you don't know where you are. And I'll see you in like 15 minutes. So we're sitting there. It's dark. It's scary. And after like 6 Our Fathers, 30 Hail Marys, me promising to sacrifice my firstborn child to whichever deity gets me out of there alive first, the guy comes out of the boarded up house with the broken windows and the needles in the front lawn, and we drive back to Chicago. You might notice that we didn't need to go to St. Louis. So anyways, that was my introduction to Scarface. Fast forward a week, and we're in this place called Englewood, Chicago. I don't know if you've heard of it, but imagine the scariest place you can absolutely think of, and then like about half as scary as that. That's Englewood. Like, it's not, I don't know. So anyways, Scarface is supposed to be driving me to a job, but instead of dropping me off at the house, he drops me off at this gas station, and he's like, "Hang tight for a few minutes." I'm thinking, all right, The only way I'm gonna make it out of here alive in one piece is if I'm scarier to them than they are to me. So I turn to the closest guys that are walking towards me and I say, "Hi, would you like to learn more about Jesus Christ?" I don't know. It's all that I had in me. It was kind of impulsive. I didn't know what to do. I panicked. Now, I don't know whether or not you believe in Jesus, but technically, Jesus did save me that night. So anyways, after like 10 to 15 minutes, Scarface comes back and he picks me up, except he's not the only guy in the car anymore. And so I get into the car and we'll call the guy in the back, because I ain't no snitch. He's like, "Hey man, I owe $200. Can you go to that ATM right there and get me some cash?" Now, at this point in my life, I was smart, but I wasn't wise. Let me explain the difference. Being smart, I knew something very illegal was going on, and that this money wasn't going to be used to buy groceries. But since I wasn't wise, instead of giving them the cash and being like, "Sure, buddy, no worries, like, let me spot you right here," I was like, "No, I'm saving up for a Nintendo DS and I'm gonna play the new Pokemon, and as far as I'm concerned, you guys can piss off." So he looks at Scarface and he's like, "Is this kid serious?" And Scarface is like, "Come on, man, be cool. Like, I already told the guy that I have the money." And I was like, "I don't care. That's my money. I'm not going to give you a penny." And Scarface is like, "Okay, fine. I'm going to go make a call." So he goes to make a call, but his phone's out of minutes because he's that type of person. And he asks to borrow my phone, so I give him my phone begrudgingly after like 20 minutes of haggling. And he calls Mr. Money. So Scarface, he's like pacing back and forth outside the car. Me and we're just sitting there like in the car. It's silent, it's awkward. We don't know what to do. We're not really trying to make small talk or anything because it's awkward for both of us, I'm sure. He borrows my phone, he makes a call. And a few minutes later, he hands me the phone. And Mr. Money's on the other side. And he's like, "Ben." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you with Scarface?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you in Englewood?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Is there another guy in the car with you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "And Scarface owes this guy $200? And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "And you're in the car with these guys?" And I was like, "Yeah. Like, I don't know what you don't understand." And he's like, "Ben, you don't know what you're doing. Just give him the money. I'll pay you back out of my own pocket." And I was like, "That's not fair. You said," and he was like, "Ben, just give him the money." Fine. And so while I was in the car watching the whole thing go down, I have to like go to the ATM and I withdraw $200, except they charge me a transaction fee of $3.50. So not only am I out the $200, Mr. Money doesn't even know about the extra $2 or $3.50 that I was charged, and I'm never gonna get that money back. So I get out to the car, I give the money to Scarface, Scarface gives the money to, and boom, he gets out of there. And then Mr. Money never paid me back, and that's why I never got to play Pokemon X and Y.